a nuestra reunión semanal con Promax todos los viernes a las 4 de la tarde acá de Brasil. Entonces hacemos esta reunión para que todo el mundo pueda tener las informaciones directamente de Promax. Hoy, lamentablemente, Chad no puede estar con nosotros, pero tenemos hoy a Alex y a la doctora Sara Almayari, que está aquí con nosotros, para poder hablar entonces sobre todos los temas que se van a poner y clarificar las cuestiones que todo el mundo tiene sobre nuestro emprendimiento. ¿Ok? So, Alex, are you there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. If you could open your camera so I can find you easier here.
Yes, hold on. There we go.
Okay, fantastic. So, well, I'll be as usual translating to Spanish and Portuguese. So please don't keep the long sentence so I do not lose myself on the translations.
Yeah, no problem. And what I'd like to do is to keep this one. There will be some updates on EEX, but we'd like to keep this focused for now on fish, and then answer some questions on that if that's okay.
Okay, so let me just start with EEX because this is one of the main issues that everybody is talking about and wanting to know. Yeah, how is the new platform and when is it going to be live? What updates on that? If you could talk a little bit about it and maybe show how it's going to work, because this is the thing that everybody wants to know. How are we going to handle this new platform? How is the claim going to work? How are how things are going to function inside this new platform?
Yeah, so we did we have made, as everyone knows, there's been a partnership that is pending for us. What I will say, Climate Week is happening in the US, okay, and date-wise, there is going to be a big announcement in Climate Week in New York. Okay, a lot of everyone knows that ESG News has been a long-standing media partner for us. What we are launching, and for anyone who's not familiar with ESG News, they control 80% of the media for ESG-related news globally. Okay.
So ESG News is one of the new partners in this platform.
ESG News has always been our media partner since inception of Earth Exchange. What we'll do is launch who those partners are at Climate Week, which is happening very soon over the next few months in New York.
Okay, so during this Climate Week, is the place where in the time when you're going to show the platform and release it? That's it?
Correct.
Okay. Let me just explain that for everyone right now in Portuguese and Spanish. Então, tava falando agora com o Alex, né? Perguntei para ele que ele quer falar sobre Earth Exchange, mas quer falar também sobre o projeto do Fish. E eu pedi então para ele a gente começar pela questão da Earth Exchange, para que todo mundo possa saber como está a plataforma, como que ela vai operar, como é que ela vai funcionar, né? Que esse é o principal assunto, né, em pauta de todo mundo aqui, saber exatamente como que o negócio vai funcionar agora a partir desta nova plataforma. Ele começou falando, então, que nas próximas semanas vai acontecer em Nova York um encontro chamado Semana do Clima, né? E nesse evento que vai acontecer em Nova York, eles vão anunciar oficialmente durante a Semana do Clima em Nova York os parceiros oficiais desta nova plataforma. Uma delas é a SG News, que é uma das maiores agências de notícias. Eles detêm mais de 80% do mercado de ESG no mundo, é uma das parceiras, né? Já é uma parceira da Earth Exchange desde o começo, mas agora vai ser a parceira também nesse quesito dessa nova plataforma que vai ser lançada. Eles vão anunciar durante a Semana do Clima em Nova York, né, ao vivo para todo mundo, ou seja, para o mundo inteiro, o lançamento desta nova plataforma de comercialização de crédito de carbono. Essa foi a primeira parte que a gente conversou agora. Amigos, entonces recién ahora estaba hablando con Alex, le dijo que quieren hablar sobre Earth Exchange, pero quieren hablar sobre Fish también. Entonces yo le pedí para empezarmos con Earth Exchange, porque naturalmente este es el tópico, el asunto número uno de que todo el mundo está aquí en la reunión hoy, para entender exactamente cómo va a funcionar esta nueva plataforma, cuándo va a estar disponible y quién son las empresas que hacen parte, ¿no?, de esta nueva etapa, ¿no?, de Promax y de Earth Exchange. Y dijo Alex entonces que en las próximas semanas ahora van a tener en Nueva York lo que se llama la Semana del Clima, que es un gran evento, y durante la Semana del Clima ellos van a anunciar esta nueva plataforma para todo el mundo, juntamente con las empresas que juntamente con Promax van a compor esta nueva plataforma. Uno de esos parceros, que ya es una empresa que trabaja junto con ellos desde el principio, es la plataforma ESG News, que hoy detiene más del 80% de todas las informaciones y noticiarios sobre los cambios climáticos, sobre los problemas climáticos o sobre el mercado, ¿no? Entonces, esta es una de las empresas que también va a trabajar junto con Promax y Ofrece en esta nueva plataforma, y van a anunciar para todo el mundo esta plataforma en ese evento que va a pasar en Nueva York, que se llama la Semana del Clima. Esa fue la primera parte de lo que estábamos recién hablando. And Alex, about that, can you explain a little bit on how this new platform is going to work? Because in the beginning, our affiliates were using the DApp to do the
Yes.
claiming, and after that, doing the swap to USDT. But as Shad said
Yeah.
last week, the DApp will be inside this new platform. Everything is going to happen inside one only login, right?
Right. So what will be happening with that partnership is there will be a bid and sale platform where LCDs will be wrapped into a new 1 ton carbon credit unit, which will be exited on a bid platform. Now, although I'm not going to release because of NDAs until Climate Week, where there will be big announcements at the biggest event in the world for climate, what I can say, and this is public news, if you look at the key partners inside ESG News, you're talking the likes of the S&P Global, KPMG, NASDAQ, the CFA, the list goes on, Wharton Business School. So, that's what I will say in terms of their key sponsors. ESG News is a key partner of ours in Earth Exchange. I won't be able to divulge more on who the partners are until Climate Week comes out. However, given that ESG News do control 80% of the media communication to just some of those companies I've mentioned, let alone Microsoft, Amazon, you name it, that will have to wait until Climate Week because of NDAs. We're kind of, it's a confidential partnership, but the platform itself, what will be happening, Rodrigo, is people will be able to put up in direct sales on that platform to clients all over the world to purchase those new 1 ton carbon credits. And I'd like to leave what I can say there, if that's okay.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the platform will only be available for everybody to use it at the climate change, but the climate change is going to take place in September, end of September, right?
Correct.
Until September, isn't there any other way that people can try to sell their LCDs?
Well, given that we're 7 weeks away, bear in mind that they are still generating assets. I would like, if it's okay with you, to leave any further comments on who that provider and platform is until Climate Week. Yes. They can still generate rewards. They still generate rewards and they can still claim LCDs. Those LCDs will still be redeemable for the 1 ton carbon credit. So yes, they're still able to redeem LCDs. However, until that platform is running, released, and everything is converted into a 1 ton carbon credit instrument, don't think that there isn't a possibility here to still claim carbon rewards, which is what is still available right now on Earth Exchange.
Okay, so for everyone, it means that the date that people will be able to change the LCDs, to sell the LCDs, and change it into ESD, it's only in September, end of September. There's nothing that can be done before that.
Unless until further notice, we create a further pool, correct?
Is there any possibility to create a further pool to that? Because when we started this meeting in the beginning, Chad said like within 30 days, that should be the 25th of this month, and everybody was expecting this within 30 days that Chad said in the beginning. Keeping it until September is like people will be like, oh my gosh, what the hell am I going to do with my LCDs?
So what we're going to be offering is a way to take the LCDs for the new 1 ton carbon credit. The way they'll be exited is on a bid platform. And given who we've just discussed, I want for people to realize who the partners are in a platform that will be global. So given as well that ESG News control 80% of that communication narrative, it should give people an idea without me breaking an NDA.
No, I understand the point of the NDA, of course. No, I'm not concerned about this NDA.
So what I'd like to do for next week, which is why I wanted to focus on fish, given some of the contractual obligations and for legal NDAs that we have, it would be better to talk about this in more detail next week. What we proposed last week was that there would be a mechanism that those LCDs could be transferred into the new 1 ton carbon credit. Yes, but I'd like to go into more details just so we're not, confused. Technologically wise, we're focusing right now on making sure that works. And I'd like to go into more detail next week, if that's okay with the community.
Okay.
Yes, possible, but I would like to confirm that for next week, especially why we're undergoing quite a huge transition in the LCDs to as opposed to representing a third of a ton, representing 1 ton, which will be the offset instrument on the new platform.
Yeah, I got you.
But also, just to add on what Alex says, it's very important to know the regulated infrastructure behind the LCD and offset carbon credit that is taken in place as well. So as of today, we are really very excited to share the latest news that's about the current assets of that's belonging 100% to our group of Promax, which is the fish. And that's why there is a really very good hot news that's in terms of technologies, also the progress that we've been made lately in Atlantic Ocean, West African region, to gather it for the community. So these are, let's say, ready for either the infrastructure itself for the fish and also moving forward with a intensive project and progress that is operationally even and belonging to us. So as it's with our control, we would like to move forward with that important project. So this is exactly the call for today.
No, I got you. I understand the case of the NDA. I understand everything of that, of course. Just because the main point is that, our community is right now for almost 3.5 months not able to to exchange the LCDs into USDT during the liquidity pool. And now, right now, the new platform that was said should be ready in within 30 days. You're saying right now that it's going to be available only in September. This is
No,
like two
no, no, no,
plus
no,
months.
no,
To
no,
be no, it's
No.
releasing it,
Rodrigo.
launching it.
What we're saying is that the ability to exchange the LCDs into a 1-ton carbon credit system will be available. What we're saying is there is a new platform to exit in terms of liquidity directly to end users.
Yeah.
So they're two different things.
No, I got you. Yes. But the main concern of everyone here is exactly, despite if it's 1/3 or 1 ton, is like to turn into money the LCDs, because since 3.5 months ago, when everything stopped with the liquidity pool, for all the problems that we already know, no problem on that, not concerned on that. But 2 more months waiting, 7 weeks until start generating the cells of the LCDs into USDT is a long time. And that's what people are a little concerned about it, if there's not going to be another date, another postergating about it. So if there should be any way that people could change part of the LCDs into USDT between that would be help a lot.
Rodrigo, what I would say, and I do understand that, given that what we're doing now is creating a bid system on a new platform with the people that we've discussed, bear in mind that harvesting LCDs and purchasing them right now, okay, look at the projection of carbon credits in the industry and where that price is going as a tangible asset. Right? So
I totally agree on that.
yes. So what we're saying is an exchange can be made from LCD into a 1-ton carbon credit that will be launched on a new platform directly with a 80% media controlled partner directly into end users globally.
No, I understand all of that. And I know how the market is going. I know how big this is going to be. I totally on the same page with you on that. The point is just because it will take 2 more months in order for people to be able, right, to sell the LCDs and make money on that, since they're stuck with the LCD for almost 3 months right now because of the end of the first liquidity pool. I understand the point. I understand all that. I'm just asking if there's any way between that.
So next week, I think what we'll do is we can go into a little bit more detail on Earth Exchange and the liquidity pools that will be set up before we go into the bid platform. Yes, it's very possible. But what I don't want to do is give expectations without being 100% sure that liquidity pool will be in place, which is why Dr. Sarin and I wanted to focus on the assets right now that Promax Digital have finance in the companies that is controlled by us, and focus a little bit on fish. Earth Exchange we can discuss a little bit more in detail before legal reasons only next week, and we'll be able to give a little bit more insight into whether or not a new USDT pool will be created for people to sell out prematurely of their LCDs. Yes.
Okay. That would help a lot, because that would bring everybody a little calmer right now to understand the point. And because you need to understand that, of course, people put a lot of money inside of it, and they're expecting to exchange the LCDs into USDT, at least a part of it, until they're waiting for the big platform to be ready. Okay. And so if we could discuss that in order to have some kind of special way out for them, that would help a lot while everybody's waiting for the new platform to be ready. If we can discuss that next week, that will be fine. Okay?
Yep, understood. And again, what I will say is that We know where the market's going. What we're creating is a end user client. If there are people that want to prematurely sell at a lower cost their LCDs, we can discuss that next week.
Okay, let me just
And
resume everything of that.
And also, will be great if you share with us some, for example, concern from the community directly. As I can see, it's very important to know and to understand from them directly. That's why even we have this call. So please feel free, Prolifq, please, and the team to share all community feedback and concern as well, so it can be covered right away from us as a team, either in Earth Exchange or Fish, please.
Okay, great. So the main concern that everybody has, Dr. Sarah,
No,
is
no, I mean,
exactly...
I mean, I listen on what is their concern, but I mean, just to be shared with us all those concerns by written and after this call, so it will take us forward to prepare for the next call together.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. To send you all the concerns. Sorry, I got you.
Yes, exactly. Maybe some of them are not, because I see it in the chat, there is a certain concern, and it's very important for us to listen for everyone here and to understand what is the struggling, because here we are really very committed for our community, and we would like to get it in a further step.
Okay, I'll send directly to you all the concern that we already have here.
Amazing.
Okay, great. So let me just explain all of this for everyone, okay?
Yeah.
Bom, acho que alguns de vocês entenderam, né, o que foi dito, porque já mandaram mensagens aqui no chat, mas vamos lá. O que o Alex falou é que por conta de alguns contratos que ainda estão sob confidencialidade, eles não podem, né, soltar a plataforma antes do evento do clima. Né? Eu questionei ele de que o grande problema hoje da nossa comunidade é exatamente a liquidez, é poder transformar os LCDs em USDT, né, que já faz mais de 3 meses que está parado, desde do evento do Rio de Janeiro que saiu do ar, e pedir para todo mundo esperar mais 2 meses é um pouco demais até que chegue em setembro. E eu perguntei para ele se haveria a possibilidade de, entre hoje e o lançamento da plataforma, criar um outro meio das pessoas poderem liquidar pelo menos parte dos seus LCDs até que a plataforma final esteja no ar, então, em setembro, quando eles vão estar, então, liberando ela para todo mundo. E ele disse que sim, que pode se discutir isso, se criar um mecanismo para quem queira vender as LCDs pelo preço normal e não pelo preço que vai ser colocado na plataforma. Ele está aberto a discutir alguma possibilidade sobre isso na próxima semana. E a doutora Sara pediu agora que eu envie para ela, por escrito, tudo que está sendo colocado aqui no chat e quais são todas as reclamações que todo mundo tem, porque eles estão muito focados na comunidade, querem entender quais são todas as dificuldades, quais são todas as reclamações de todo mundo, para que eles possam, então, na próxima semana, trazer, inclusive a doutora Sara, todas as respostas e criar, então, um senso, né, mais junto de que estamos construindo algo junto. Então, eu me prontifiquei a mandar para ela, diretamente para ela, todas as reclamações de todo mundo. Eu já tenho várias anotadas aqui, já tinha mandado antes, vou pegar mais algumas das que apareceram aqui no chat e enviar. E na semana que vem, então, o Alex se prontificou a discutir uma forma intermediária para quem precisar vender as LCDs antes do lançamento da plataforma, para que não fique sem nenhum tipo de liquidez nesse proceso. Lo que estábamos hablando ahora es que dijo Alex que porque todavía están sobre un contrato de confidencialidad, solo pueden entonces lanzar la plataforma del marketplace en septiembre, cuando van a tener la conferencia del clima. Antes de eso no es posible poner la plataforma para funcionar por los contratos de confidencialidad que tienen con sus empresas que hacen parte de ahora del conglomerado de Promax y de Earth Exchange. Entonces yo le pregunté si no había una otra manera de hacer algo sobre eso, porque ya estamos como más de 3 meses sin el pool de liquidez funcionando y todavía faltan más 2 meses para la conferencia del clima. Son 7 semanas que faltan, son casi 2 meses. Entonces mucho tiempo todavía con las personas que necesitan lógicamente cambiar sus LCDs por USDT. Y dijo entonces Alex que sí, que la próxima semana podríamos entonces tener discutir una manera alternativa para las personas que quieren vender entonces su LCD por el precio más barato que el mercado, o sea, más o menos como estábamos haciendo antes, lógicamente. Vamos entonces la próxima semana junto con ellos discutir una manera de poder hacer eso antes que salga la plataforma, pero ahí lógicamente se va a vender las LCD por el precio, no por el precio de mercado como para la plataforma, pero por un precio naturalmente más barato o por el precio que se estaba manejando antes de sacar el pool antiguo de liquidez, y esto dijo entonces que se puede discutir entonces la próxima semana. Y la doctora Sara dijo entonces ahora que naturalmente ella está viendo lo que están poniendo todo en el chat y me pidió que le envíe entonces todas las reclamaciones, todas las sugestiones de todo el mundo de la comunidad, porque ellos están muy enfocados en trabajar junto con la comunidad, quieren saber exactamente todo lo que todo el mundo está pensando, para que entonces puedan entonces la próxima semana ya traer entonces también las respuestas de todo lo que se está preparando. Entonces yo dije, ok, que yo voy a juntar entonces todas las reclamaciones, las sugestiones de todo el mundo, le voy a enviar directamente a la doctora Sara para que se prepare entonces traiga la respuesta para toda la comunidad el próximo viernes. Y también entonces el próximo viernes Ares dijo que va a estar abierto entonces para discutir una forma alternativa de poder entonces vender los LCD a la comunidad antes que la plataforma sea disponibilizada en la Semana del Clima en septiembre. ¿Ok? Eso fue entonces lo que estábamos hablando recién ahora.
Rodrigo,
Alex.
if I may, yeah, this is really important that the community understand the regulatory compliance around creating a carbon credit instrument. Okay, this is literally one of the largest new financial instruments in the world, right? With every single business pushed by regulation to offset their carbon credits in some way. What we're doing as a business is not only trailblazing one of the world's first blockchain-based carbon credit schemes, what we're creating is one of the world's, with our community here, one of the world's most integral carbon credits, paving the way with a direct platform into some of the largest businesses in the world. This takes time. What we're building here is a community of people. We as a business will always listen to concerns, work with our community and you to move this together, right? But we are together. And what we're doing as a business, especially with someone like, Dr. Sarah here and various others who are, making big strides. I do understand, we want here to talk about fish because it's a project right now that has a huge amount of momentum and some very important news that we would like to discuss this with the community. In terms of EEX, we're making huge strides in an industry that is, one, very, very large, and two, is wrapped in a huge amount of compliance and regulatory scrutiny. And as a business that is not even a year old, those strides that we're making with the help of our community here are monumental. So I really want for people to understand and to manage that expectation as a community, right? And understand actually what we're doing. I would love to be able to sit here and say things that I'm under NDA of. There's a reason for NDAs. There's a reason for timing. This is a real business behind. So as I really please try to explain to the community the industry that we're in and the work that we're doing, not just in exiting these for USDT, the work that is happening on the ground with projects, creating credits for communities all around the world that right now are also part of our community that maybe we're not in direct communication with. This is a game-changing initiative, not just for people who are purchasing NFTs, but for communities all around the world that are looking for ways to create credits, out of their land for reforestation. This really is changing a huge amount, not just on the NFT and USDT front and liquidating that, but also from climate change, SDG goals, and making moves as a community of people to help do our part in protecting climate change and communities that need it. That's really important. 3 months time, and what we're launching, which I'd like to discuss another time if we may, and bring the conversation to fish. We're still moving with Earth Exchange. We're still honoring what we're doing, and we're moving as a real business to a point where people will have that exit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I got you. I understand exactly everything that you're saying. But
And we're here to try and explain to the community that these things do take time. They're out of sometimes our control. What we're doing as a business is absolutely trailblazing this industry, trailblazing it. And everyone here is a part of that movement. And much appreciated. In terms of exiting the LCDs, I think we've been very clear on how we're going to do it. How everyone here has been a pivotal part of that, like us. And building a platform that puts them directly. I have mentioned DSG News, so please let's focus on that. I do see a lot of the questions, and I'd like to answer them, but guys, we're literally on the precipice of a year business launching a platform that we've discussed with the biggest media partner in this space in the next few months. Whether we'll create a pool for people to exit their LCDs, we'll discuss that next week. Whether we will give that facility for people who want to prematurely sell their LCDs, we'll discuss it next week. And I hope that's just clear for those of us that are involved as a community member in moving forward. There's some very, very, very large, very, very big announcements that will come out concerning EEX. Right now, that unfortunately is all we can say because of NDAs. This is not a small business. It's a very, very large business that everyone here has participated on, and we want to ensure everybody that what we're doing as a business is moving this into a very, very strong global platform for carbon credits and selling those carbon credits directly to the end users that need them.
Yeah, I got you. I understand that, and I agree on that. I know that it takes time. I know that you are under NDA. I know that the platform has, of course, the right time to be released because it's a marketing planning also. I got you on that. But I just want you to understand, and this is, as you can see the message all here at the chat right now. So the main issue for everyone here, including to participate on Fish on any other product, is to be able, because a lot of people put all the money into the NFTs, so most of them really need to sell part of the LCDs right now in order to make money and to keep the lives and the business going and everything else.
Rodrigo, we're the issuer of the carbon credits.
And you are the issuer.
We're the issuer of the carbon credits. The projects that are backing this are the issuers of carbon credits. Okay? What we're building is a platform that enables anyone who purchases an NFT and harvests grams of carbon. We're not here to issue and then buy those credits back. Let's make this clear. What we're here to do is to create a marketplace in the best way that we can, which, you know, given what we have discussed, which ESG News is a partner and have been since we started this, what we're creating is the world's most integral credit, and then building an exit point for everybody to benefit. We're
Yes,
not
sure.
here, right? And I want to make that very clear, and
Oh,
for people to really understand from a community point of view how much we are actually behind them,
So
right?
I think also adding to you, Alex, because almost 45 minutes we discuss about the same thing, and the idea also for this call is to hear from the community. So please, I think it will be good to hear from two person at least before we end up the call, and we will be as Prolifq will share all the related concern, and we'll get forward into the agreed time. So what do you think?
Okay, no problem. I think this should be fine. Well, we have Leonardo Locci and Juan Carlos here with the hand up, and Kramer also. So we can let three of them
So,
speaking. Okay.
okay, 3, but if it's longer than 15 minutes, after 15 minutes, we need to move
No.
for another call. Yes.
Yeah. Let's do it fast. So, amigos, entonces Leonardo, Juan y Kramer. Ok, pero hablen rápido, por favor, para que no se pierda mucho tiempo. Ok. Leonardo foi o primeiro a levantar a mão. Leonardo.
Opa, boa tarde, tudo bom, pessoal, comunidade aí? Rodrigão. Bom, eu ia falar inglês, mas eu vou falar em português, você traduz para eles. Assim, eu particularmente entendo, né, da grandiosidade do negócio, eu confio, tá? Eu confio, até então, estou confiante. Mas eles também têm que entender que, no sentido assim, Rodrigo, que eles não estão agindo com ninguém que não tenha conhecimento do mercado, né? E assim, já faz 2 meses, aí esperar mais 2 meses para ter daqui a pouco uma reunião, e aí sim, eles debaterem sobre isso e vir com uma outra proposta lá para próximo setembro para liberar isso, eles estão pedindo para a gente entender a situação, que é uma coisa grande, que é um negócio gigante e tudo mais. Legal, entendemos. Mas eles também têm que entender que nós estamos há mais de 2 meses sem receber nada. Então, assim, independente se a gente vai conseguir vender isso aí a 3, a 4, a 5, que isso aí são promessas que nós ainda não temos nem garantias, né? Porque não temos realmente, vamos falar a verdade.
Alô?
Deixa ele pelo menos liberar os LCDs pra gente, pra que a gente venda um por um. Porque assim, eu vou falar por mim, não confio mais na empresa, tá? Desculpa falar abertamente, eu confio, mas digo, não confio mais na empresa. Então, assim, eles liberando isso, eles honrando isso com a comunidade que eles chamam de comunidade, família, ou como quer dizer, eles têm que liberar esse negócio. Se eles são tão gigantes, tão enormes, com um projeto tão maravilhoso, tão exuberantes, não é possível que eles não tenham como liberar essa miséria, vamos falar assim, que foi colocada dentro da empresa, cara. Desculpa. Pede perdão para eles de alguma forma aí, mas só quis deixar claro que as pessoas realmente elas estão perdendo a confiança na empresa, cara. Pelo menos da minha parte, tá? Da parte que eu coloquei. É isso. Obrigado.
Okay, so what Ronaldo said right now is that he understands how big the business is. He understands everything that's been doing, the size of the market, all of this. But he wants Promax to understand that people put their money into it, and some people put all the money that they had into NFTs, expecting to be able to sell it even for $1 or for $3 the ton, right? Because it's worth a third of a ton on each LCDs, right? And as you ask them for understand that how big the market is and everything that's being done, it's already, he says, you need to understand also there's more than 2 months that people are not being able to change anything into money, just keeping their LCDs. So if there could be any way to help them in order to sell the LCDs, this would help a lot, because people need exactly right now to have any kind of solution on that, and not only to expecting 2 more months to have any kind of solution. So what he wants is, as you want everybody to understand how big the market is, they want all of you to understand also that they are all investors in the company. They put the money into the company, and they want to be respected in the same way. So this is I resume what
Yeah,
Leonardo said.
I totally, Rodrigo, appreciate that, and everyone here in the community that is behind us, as we are behind them. What I think really needs to be understood here is that when LCDs come into your wallet, they are an asset in of themselves. Okay. Now, what we can do as a company is issue those and create an exit point for everybody that has purchased those assets, correct? Which is what we're doing on the highest level. These things take time. And everyone here, we've enabled many people. As we know, there has been people who have gamed that system. We've had to reboot from alpha and beta to an alpha release, which is what we're doing. We're listening to everyone here, and we're creating a platform that allows for them to exit. What we can't do is to control the marketplace. We can only build it. And we build that with the most reputable people in the world. That's what we're doing. So we can discuss next week, if it's okay, after an internal discussion, whether we open up a pool for the people that want to, right? For the people that want to, we can discuss that next week. And it's good for us to understand, how the community feels. It's really important. But also, this call for me was to really focus on the positive movements of transitioning from beta into alpha and discuss actually some of the key points that we're doing to create that full circle network. We don't control the marketplace. What we do control is the ability to present to the world, including everyone here, the most integral credit in the world. And that does take time. And everyone here is a part of that. It's a part of a very big change. And that's what I'd like to reiterate with everybody. I think next week we can discuss whether or not we offer a pool for the people that do want to sell at a lower rate. That's fine. That's their prerogative to do as a token holder. But it would be good to discuss that next week. We really did want to focus on some of the good news with fish, with everyone. But I do understand that this is about the community and you guys. So we're happy to receive those questions and just reiterate that what we're doing as a business is moving forward to what we can control, and keep it positive on actually the steps that we are making to create that reality.
Yeah, I got you. No, I know it. It makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. The problem on that point is that it's been too much. It's too long the time that people are not able to trade their LCDs into money, into USDT. This is the point. We understand that it takes time. We understand the market. We understand all of this. We understand that the platform is going to be a game changing in the whole industry, in the whole market. That's fine. That's perfect. The only problem is it's almost been 3 months since the liquidity pool is out, and 2 more months to be able to start selling the LCD. So a total of 5 months without generating any kind of change in between LCDs and USDT. And this is the main point for everyone. So a lot of people are saying, as you can see on the chat, so how should I believe that fish is going to work if EEX is not working? We understand. Once again, I understand all the point that you're putting on. Dr. Asara also, I understand all of that. What you're doing is amazing. I know that. But the main point for everyone right now is, are we really going to be able to do that, and when? Because as Chad said when we started this meeting, he said within 30 days the platform would be ready. And now you're saying 2+ months in order to have the platform again ready?
You did not got it.
No. What we're saying is that the transition from LCDs into a 1-ton carbon credit, which is the instrument that clients buy at, if we create a pool in the meantime for people to prematurely sell those out at a lower price, okay, we will discuss that next week. What we're saying is,
Un poco están flags in the flicks in the world.
Yes. What we're saying is that in Climate Week, we're going to be, given that it's the largest climate event in the world with some of the people I've mentioned, we're going to be launching that platform into the industry. Yes, make sense?
Yeah, total sense. But what you said right now, I guess for everyone is the most important thing. If you create a way for people with a new liquidity pool, not with a platform, a liquidity pool, to people to sell these on a lower price, not at the price of the platform, that would help. That would be easy. This is a solution that everybody's waiting on.
Hey, we're here to listen to the community and for everyone to win together. So, it's been very well understood from here, this call. And I think next week we'll be in a better position to adapt to the community and try to offer something positive. Please bear in mind that, it is in September we're talking. It's not far away where what the company's doing is launching that. Unfortunately, we are getting on, and it's close to midnight for both I and Dr. Sarah. We did want to focus this on fish, but I do understand this. There's a lot of movement on fish, and there's also a lot of movement on Earth Exchange. But look, we're here to answer the community and to instill the movements that are going on in that business to ultimately benefit not just everyone here, but the world as a whole. So yeah, we will take seriously on board. Yes, please, Juan Carlos.
So we have about 3 minutes, please. So if you can move forward,
it's
please,
simple.
very quick.
Voy a decirlo en español, Rodrigo, me ayudas rapidísimo. Punto número 1, nos encantaría ver sus rostros, de verdad, porque todas las reuniones no hay una persona que se ve en la frente. Estamos nosotros con nuestras cámaras, pero ellos no nos gusta eso, al menos yo represento, creo que se vea. Punto número 2, entendemos que el proyecto va a ser gigante, bacán, chévere, pero algo concreto, queremos una solución intermedia. No sé cuánto hayan invertido ustedes, pero entre mi familia y yo hemos invertido cerca de $150,000, Entonces, básicamente estamos esperando respuesta a eso porque hubo una promesa de promedio, en la que también está involucrada Prolifq, por supuesto, ¿no? Y estamos esperando que haya una solución concreta, la que plantean ahora, ¿no? Es, oye, bacán, hasta que llegue este momento, pues hagámoslo. En septiembre, bacán, mientras tanto, vayamos comprando, o que el liquidity pool se active, o qué sé yo, para que el tema se vaya activando, ¿no? Eso es lo segundo. Bueno, eso serían las dos cosas que quiero mencionar, Rodrigo, ¿no? Para que seamos bien claros con ese tema.
Okay, what he said is, well, the first point that he brought is that you're not opening your camera, and this is something that some people are getting annoyed on that because they're not seeing you, right?
It's very dark here, that's why.
No, that's why. So they want to see because it seems like you're hiding, right?
No. Okay, no problem with that. Yeah, it's just very dark here, so we're not hiding at all. Yeah.
The second point is exactly what we are discussing right now is the idea of bringing some kind of liquidity pool before we have the platform ready, so people can be able as soon as possible to change the LCDs into USDT, even if they're selling it for a lower price than it will be on the platform. That's what we are exactly discussing right now. And the point is to have this done, because he said, Juan Carlos, he and his family put over $150K in the company. And they're not seeing any kind of money coming out. And now you're staying for about 2 months in order to have the platform ready for them to change it. So if there's a way to have some kind of liquidity pool, as we had in the beginning, changing a little bit every day into USDT for them, even for a lower price, this would help a lot for them to get any kind of liquidity and put some money inside.
So understood 100%. Please, this is very important for us, for our people to know. Our commitment for the people who put even one penny, it's very important to take it forward. And we are, as a Promax, we have a lot of opportunity, especially with the, a lot of options we have it, and will never ever any person already he put and invest every single dollar. It is a commitment for us to him, and for sure we will come up with the best solution that satisfied him and even moving forward. But this is what we will gonna take it in consideration on our next updates with the team and even with the people here. For sure, we want to move forward, and that's why we are continue with the other release to keep even the momentum and liquidizing the people who is not earning from such projects, maybe because of the regulations taking process, because of certain regulatory infrastructures requirement, and it's understandable because it's other dependencies of this, let's say, structured regulatory. But the other things that is within our hand, for sure our commitment will be to him and to them first in the pipeline. There is a solution, always there is a solution, so no worries, we take it in consideration. And by the way, my picture is in the, I think you can see my picture while I'm talking, so
it's very late here, guys. It's very late here, guys, and we have families. So the reason that I was outside where you couldn't see me is it's pitch black here. We're way over midnight.
We are very happy. We are very happy to have
calls. We do these calls because we want for you guys to see that we are here and making moves forward, and we're listening to you. So yeah, I just want to make that clear. No hiding from us. We're dedicated to bringing all of the products under Promax to realization. And reiterating Her Excellency Dr. Sarah, there are requirements from end users who purchase carbon credits from a regulatory point of view. And that's why us as a business navigating this with you, we're moving this into the best possible place that for you and for us and for the whole community at whole to benefit from this movement. So yeah, please don't feel that we're hiding. I don't want to wake up my family, but at the same time, I do realize it's important for all of you to realize that we are here working in the background very, very hard to make all of these things realized, and also to a point where everyone benefits, not just the token holders, but also the project holders and all the communities that we touch as a business. And there really is some big announcements coming. All of these are timed for a reason. And we want to make a bigger splash as possible, which is why we're waiting until Climate Week, which is the biggest event in the world for this kind of thing, to make our announcements. And I think it's prevalent now. We've had, Rodrigo, discussion with the community to find some of their pain points, to respond as a business, and look at creating solution for those people that don't want to wait until September, and find ways that they can exit into a different pool, which we've done in the past. So there have been people, that have exited, and we will look to do that again if that's the community sentiment. We're here to listen and to try as a business work together, and we are all one big community. We're in this with you, and are making big strides as a business to make that happen.
Ok, lo que dijeron, eu vou começar em espanhol porque eu falei muito em português e o pessoal do espanhol está reclamando que eu não estaba traduciendo, depois eu falo en portugués. Lo que estaban diciendo ahora, entonces, respondiendo también lo que dijo Juan Carlos, lo que dijo la doctora Sara es que igual quien puso 150.000 o quien puso $1 o $1 que sea, todos son importantes iguales y que nadie va a perder absolutamente nada, que tiene el cuidado con todo el mundo que hizo cualquier tipo de inversión, ¿tá? en el negocio, y que sí, que van a crear entonces, si es la necesidad de la comunidad, que se tenga un pool de liquidez como tuviera antes, donde se sacaba más barato que el mercado, los LCDs, entonces sí van a traer entonces la solución entonces para que las personas que no quieran esperar hasta septiembre, hasta que se salga la plataforma, tengan entonces una manera de poder vender sus LCDs si ese es el sentimiento de la comunidad. Y entonces, en resumen, es exactamente eso, de que igual, si Juan Carlos puso 150.000 o algo puso 1.000 o 100, es igual, y el cuidado de Promax y de todo el mundo es igual para todos. Y sí, van entonces a tratar de poner un otro liquidity pool como hicieron antes, porque ya hubo personas que también ya sacan adelante el liquidity pool, van a poner algo parecido, entonces van a discutir entre ellos para que tengamos una solución hasta el septiembre, porque realmente la plataforma, de la manera como está diseñada, solo va a estar disponible en diciembre por los contratos que tienen firmado. Pero van sí a trabajar en una solución entre eso, para que quien necesite vender sus LCD de manera más barata pueda tener entonces de vuelta la manera de venderlo. Entonces sí, van a estar comprometidos en poner entonces este nuevo o el antiguo, no sé cómo funciona el liquidity pool, para que puedan vender sus LCDs como lo hacían antes hasta que la plataforma esté disponible en septiembre. Y entonces, y Alex terminó entonces también diciendo que nadie está solo, que están poniendo siempre estas llamadas exactamente para que todo el mundo pueda conocerlos, verlos, y dijo también que están con las cámaras cerradas porque ya pasó de medianoche, ya están en casa con familia, con todo, y está muy oscuro entonces. Y la doctora Sara dijo, bueno, mi foto está aquí, me pueden ver entonces, pero nadie está escondido ni nada, porque exactamente están haciendo la llamada, porque todo el mundo pueda ver y sentir que la compañía está trabajando siempre junto con todo el mundo para encontrar no solamente una solución, pero ser la solución para el mercado de carbono. Y la plataforma que van a poner en septiembre exactamente es para eso. Pero de nuevo, ya que es una necesidad de la comunidad y como todo el mundo trabaja junto con Promax, van a trabajar en una solución entonces para que tengamos un liquidity pool para que puedan vender su LCD, lógicamente por el precio más barato, no por el precio de mercado, para quien necesite entonces sacarlo antes de septiembre, y van entonces a discutir eso con nosotros entonces la próxima semana. Y como dije a Sara, le voy a enviar entonces todas las reclamaciones, sugestiones, también lo que se puso acá, para que estén preparados, pero van a trabajar en ese nuevo pool de liquidez.
Rodrigo, one thing, please, because I really do want this to come to a level of respect for everybody. Okay. The reason that we're doing these calls is to give an opportunity for our community, which for us is extremely important. Why we've started these in the last few weeks and will continue to do them is to hear these problems. So, given that, and given the time, effort that is going on in the background that I know a lot of the community don't see, because we're running that business operationally day in, day out, hour in, hour out. So I do want to reiterate that, we are here to listen and to solve solutions, create solutions together. We have to be a community. This is about a community, and we're part of that community, as is everybody here, which is why, we are here. We're not hiding. We're here to listen and to make steps forward as a whole, and a community of people. So please relay that to everyone here. We're in this together. And we're here to create the best possible platform for everybody, not just token holders, project owners, us as a business. We're here to create a reality, and we're all shaping that together.
Lo que dije entonces, Alex, ahora entonces para terminar, es que más una vez no se están escondiendo de nadie y están aquí exactamente haciendo las llamadas para explicar que estamos todos juntos, que estamos construyendo la compañía juntos y están haciendo de manera bien seria porque esta plataforma que están poniendo realmente va a ser la gran diferencia en todo el mercado, ¿no? Y que no se están exactamente aquí porque están todos juntos construyendo la comunidad, ellos junto con nosotros y con ustedes, ¿no? Entonces dije esto bien claro para que nadie se sienta de que se están pasando para atrás. Están trabajando mucho exactamente para poner todas las piezas que necesitan en sus lugares para que tengamos entonces realmente el negocio funcionando y lamentablemente por una cuestión de contratos de NDA no pueden sacar la plataforma antes de septiembre. ¿Okay? Pero como dijeron antes, van a trabajar en la solución para que necesite vender su LCD pueda hacerlo antes que salga la plataforma oficial. Então, gente, o que foi dito agora aqui nessa conversa inteira, o Juan Carlos, quando falou, ele fez a menção pelo fato de eles estarem sempre com a câmera desligada, parecendo que estão se escondendo, né? E também fez a menção de que ele, particularmente, e a família tinham colocado mais de 150 mil dólares no negócio, né? E que estão sem poder sacar absolutamente nada, né? Como todo mundo aqui na sala. Aí a doutora Sara se pronunciou dizendo que independente do valor investido, pode ser 150 mil ou um centavo, todo mundo tem o mesmo valor para a empresa, e a Promax não vai deixar ninguém, obviamente, no prejuízo por relação a isso, né? Então, tudo isso é muito importante. Então, se as pessoas não querem esperar até setembro e querem vender essas LCDs de maneira mais barata, eles vão trabalhar, então, na solução para que as pessoas possam, então, vender essas LCDs antes que a plataforma entre no ar, mais ou menos no modelo como tinha antes, que muitas pessoas aqui já venderam seus LCDs no pool de liquidez, eles podem voltar, de repente, então, com esse pool de liquidez para dar essa liberdade a quem quiser vender antecipadamente os seus LCDs e não esperar que a plataforma fique pronta em setembro. E conforme falei com a doutora Sara, eu vou enviar para ela, então, diretamente todos os questionamentos, reclamações e sugestões, para que eles estejam preparados para isso e possam, então, apresentar, então, na próxima semana, essa alternativa de venda de LCDs, nem que seja pelo modelo antigo do pool de liquidez, para quem não quiser esperar até setembro para poder ter, então, as suas LCDs negociadas no mercado a preço normal de mercado. E terminou também dizendo que eles estavam com a câmera desligada, estão com a câmera desligada porque já passou de meia-noite, está em casa, está com a família, está tudo escuro, né? E tudo isso, mas agora ligou a câmera e que ninguém aqui, que eles não estão se escondendo, que estão fazendo essas reuniões por semana exatamente para apresentar como eles estão trabalhando em cima das soluções, que sempre foi a premissa de poder dar às pessoas a possibilidade de vender diretamente seus ativos, porque cada LCD é um ativo, diretamente às empresas no mercado, né? E é exatamente nisso que eles estão trabalhando. Mas se é um desejo da comunidade realmente de vendê-las por um preço mais barato do que o preço de mercado, como está sendo feito antes, eles vão trabalhar para voltar, então, com o pool de liquidez antigo, para que as pessoas possam continuar fazendo as suas vendas, né, de LCD até que a plataforma, então, esteja oficialmente no ar em setembro. E por conta de contratos, por conta de contratos de confidencialidade de NDA, eles não podem fazer isso antes da data, né, que é a Semana do Clima de Nova York, que vai ser em setembro, para poder lançar a plataforma. Mas reiterando que se é um desejo da comunidade de que as pessoas possam vender o LCD por um preço mais barato, eles vão, então, trabalhar nas soluções para apresentar isso na próxima semana para todo mundo aqui. Então, esse foi o resumo, né, do que foi discutido. Há muita gente reclamou aqui, falando, inclusive, que eu estava o tempo inteiro discutindo, falando com eles aqui em inglês e não estava fazendo as traduções. É porque eu também fui pego de surpresa com o que foi apresentado aqui e estava querendo entender exatamente quais são os ponderamentos dele para poder passar para vocês. Então, por isso que o papo ficou bastante aqui direto, né, entre a gente, para poder também entender exatamente quais eram os motivos pelos quais, né, eles estavam colocando, né, essa postergação definitiva para o mês de dezembro, não, perdão, para o mês de setembro. Então, por isso que eu fiquei na conversa com eles, para poder entender exatamente o que era, né? Então, não fiquei fazendo as traduções instantâneas, mas o resumo de tudo que foi discutido é basicamente isso, ou seja, eles estão afirmando que estão juntos com todo mundo, que não estão largando, não estão fugindo, mas estão adaptando por conta de regulações, por conta de mercado, né, e não podem lançar a plataforma antes de setembro por questões de contrato. Mas, e já que é uma reclamação da comunidade como um todo, e as pessoas querem vender os LCDs mais barato, eles vão discutir entre eles agora, então, e colocar de volta um modelo de um pool de liquidez para que quem queira vender as suas LCDs antecipadamente por um preço mais barato do que esperar setembro, eles vão trabalhar para que isso então seja solucionado e todo mundo então fique mais contente com o empreendimento. E apenas finalizando...
Rodrigo, just responding, because I think this is really important. Okay. No one here.
We need
Yes,
to,
Priya.
because already we over the time 15 minutes. So, and we got the people to be involved, and we would like to pause here, and we will continue next week for sure. We understand everything, and we will wait from Prolifq as we discussed further all the concern to be submitted. Then we will take it further from there.
Okay, perfect. I will send you all the concerns, and
Yes, please.
maybe we
will be more realistic than just keeping, because it's very late in the night. Maybe next call we will do it vice versa. So let's wake up you a little bit, and we can see us in the office. It will be more relevant for everyone.
We can do it earlier also, Dr. Asad. If you want to do it earlier, no problem for us.
Will be better. Yeah, at least to see us, and we will be in the office. Everything will be maybe more, some people will be, relief and relaxed as well. We know all those concerns, and we will take it forward. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let me know what time works better for you.
Rodrigo, Dr. Sarah, we'll confirm Rodrigo as the orchestrator. One thing, because I'm just reading the messages. What everyone needs to understand here, this is not someone investing into a company, okay, and realizing some kind of return. Okay, what everyone here is doing is purchasing the rights for carbon credits to be harvested. Okay, one LCD, and perhaps this can be something, Rodrigo, that you can do yourself, and everyone here. If I look at the price of a carbon credit, 1 ton of a carbon credit, you can see, not from us, the price that this is a global marketplace. It's not just us. We don't set the price of a carbon credit. Okay, what everyone is doing here is harvesting credits, carbon credits, a ton of carbon. An LCD is backed by 1/3 of a ton right now. What we have done as a business, okay, is put an amount of $1 per LCD, which means that in our system, 1 ton of carbon is $3. That's a price that we have put forward. I would invite everyone here to go and look at what the average price of a ton of carbon is right now in the global marketplace. Okay, so I want to make that clear. This is not an investment into our business. This is a purchase of a system that is harvesting carbon credits that we have priced. And again, I would invite everybody to look at what the average price of a ton of carbon is. What everyone is doing here with us is creating the world's most integral carbon credit. And given what I know and what we know here moving this business forward, and the strides and partnerships that we have made that will come out once we're able to share those, are monumental steps in this industry. But I do really want to make that clear so everyone understands that. And given everyone that is an owner right now of our carbon credits, okay, we're a carbon credit issuer, and we work with governments and projects all around the world to produce those carbon credits. What we're doing is providing you integral carbon credits. So when you get an LCD
please bear in mind that what you're getting is a integral carbon credit on the blockchain that is verified from the single point square meter of earth that carbon credit came from. And I really want to just reiterate what actually an LCD represents. It's a carbon credit. It's been good to talk to everyone, Rodrigo, and to really understand, the sentiment from the community. I think what we need to do as a business is to respond to make sure people understand what we're doing, and more importantly, try to create a facility where people are happy with us, and vice versa. And move forward as a community of people moving into this space. But I do think we need to have more of these conversations between us as a group, between you as a group, and the community at large to be able to fully understand where the company's going and the opportunity we all have, not just to exit an LCD, but to make not only SDG goals a reality from the United Nations, but also actually to fight one of the most important crises that we face globally, which is climate change. That's what we're doing as a business, and it's an honor to work with you and everyone in this community to make that a reality. So I just want for you to put that forward to the community, and realize that an LCD is not representative of a dollar. We've put that price. It's representative of a third of a ton of carbon, right? And that's very important for everyone to realize.
Ok, lo que dijo ahora entonces Alex es que más una vez quiere dejar muy claro para todo el mundo de que las personas ustedes no tienen un LCD porque vale $1, que fue el precio que Promax puso, pero el LCD realmente representa 1/3 de una tonelada en el mercado más grande del mundo que hay. Entonces, si cada uno, él pide a todo el mundo que vea cuál es el precio promedio que se negocia los créditos de carbono en el mundo para que vean exactamente lo que tienen, ¿no? Entonces, eso no es una empresa de inversión. Pero cuando compran un NFT, lo que están ganando son realmente los créditos de carbono, que son rastreados en proyectos en todo el mundo. Entonces, ustedes no tienen solamente un LCD que vale $1, porque ese fue el precio de Promax, pero tienen realmente un activo real que representa uno de los mercados más grandes, y exactamente esto es lo que hace la compañía, o sea, generar los créditos de carbonos más íntegros que hay en el mercado, y eso es lo que todo el mundo tiene en sus billeteras, y este es el gran negocio. Entonces, lo que él quiere que todo el mundo entienda es que el negocio es exactamente la generación de crédito de carbono para que se pueda entonces venderlo de manera integral al mercado, ¿tá? Entonces, eso es lo que la comunidad construye, y él está muy honrado de poder participar de eso con nosotros, con todo el mundo junto y con ellos, para construir entonces las grandes soluciones que el mercado global de los cambios climáticos necesita. ¿Okay? Entonces fue la palabra final de Alex, para que todo el mundo entienda que el negocio no es solamente poner y sacar dinero, porque no es inversión, es exactamente la generación de los LCDs, que son un activo real que todo el mundo tiene en sus wallets, en sus billeteras, ok? O que o Alex disse agora, então, para finalizar, é que, mais uma vez, para deixar claro, ele fala, isso não é uma empresa de investimento, né? Porque você não está colocando dinheiro para sacar dinheiro, você está colocando dinheiro para receber crédito de carbono, que é o maior ativo hoje dentro do mercado. Um LCD é lastreado em projetos que estão espalhados no mundo inteiro, que são 1/3 de uma tonelada. E o preço de $1 por LCD não é um preço de mercado, foi um preço colocado pela Promax inicialmente, até que tivesse, então, as possibilidades de venda diretamente para o mercado, que é o que essa plataforma vai fazer. Então, ele quer que todo mundo entenda que juntos com a Promax, todo mundo está construindo, né, as grandes soluções que esse mercado precisa, e ele se sente muito honrado de poder trabalhar junto com todo mundo na construção deste negócio. Mas quer deixar muito claro que o negócio, quando você adquire um NFT, quando você compra um NFT da companhia, apesar de você estar recebendo diretamente um ativo que representa exatamente 1/3 de tonelada, no caso da LCD agora, futuramente 1 tonelada inteira de crédito de carbono, e convida todo mundo a pesquisar o mercado e ver qual é o valor que realmente esse crédito de carbono, né, tem no mercado. Então, terminando de falar, é isso que ele quer colocar, que todo mundo entenda que estamos construindo todo mundo junto essas soluções, né? E como ele disse anteriormente, por questões de contrato só pode soltar a plataforma em setembro, né? Mas eu vou agora ratificar com ele para que semana que vem a gente tenha uma solução em cima do pool de liquidez antigo, para que quem necessite possa ter então de volta a liquidação dos seus LCDs, nem que seja pelo preço antigo praticado. Ok, Alex, bueno,
Yes.
sorry, it's all in español.
Yeah.
Speak in
So
Spanish, sorry. My mind is
no, no, no.
already crazy. The point
Yeah,
is,
no problem, guys. Apologies for us. These are, we're almost 1 a.m. My family and children are asleep, so I do want to have more of these calls. The only reason that I may be off is as I'm outside and you won't be able to see me because it's pitch black. So I do want to have more of these following on every week. We've listened to obviously the sentiment of the group. And we'd like to discuss next week about what our plans will be in terms of launching the platform and the news that will come out, and also what we'll do for some that obviously are looking for an exit and an additional pool before September. So yeah, I do think we need to have more of these, and I do very much appreciate these calls because it gives us, you guys are a community, all of you here, as others that we have. So it is really important for us to, and I think for you to understand what we're doing as a business, where we're going as a business, and how that benefits everyone who's a part of it. So thank you, Rodrigo. I really appreciate you and everyone here. And I look forward to next week and some more positive news that we can assure you of what we're doing and the steps we're making as a business.
So, and as Dr. Sarah said, we can do it earlier, so it will be easier for you to participate.
Maybe transition, because it would be good for you guys to see, our setup here in the UAE and what we do as a business. I think that's important in terms of EEX. Please, guys, realize that what you're harvesting is a carbon credit. I would invite all of you, maybe as an exercise, to look at what the average price is globally for a carbon credit today, and then realize what we're doing as a community with the people that we're partnering with, and really what you're all a part of. Because as much as it is about selling LCDs, it really is about fighting one of the biggest crises right now, regardless of what anyone believes. This is a major problem that we're tackling. You're all a part of that, and you should feel very proud of being a part of it. This is very important, critical issues that we all face globally. You, me, our children, everybody. And I really want for you to understand why, as a business, we're doing this, because it's much more a part of, yes, creating integral carbon credits that can be sold to multinationals around the world that need this. But the real underlying point of this is you're all part of something that is changing many, many people's lives in a very positive way. And I can't reiterate how proud I am to have launched this project and do some of the things we've been doing with our projects on ground, because we've helped a lot of people to date. And we're going to continue to help a lot of people, and we're going to continue to create the world's largest marketplace for integral carbon credits. That's what we're going to do. What you have today when you're harvesting LCDs are carbon credits. These are assets in of themselves. So please, yeah, I would invite you all, please research into the carbon credit business maybe a little bit more. Understand what you're holding when you're harvesting LCDs. And I really look forward to helping everyone here to consider putting up another pool that you guys can have some relief as well over the last few months. And it's my pleasure to have you all with Rodrigo to next week's discussion.
Okay, so let's discuss about it next week, and maybe we can, I don't know if you can, maybe we can do a talk because I have some ideas that maybe can help you to put this on to work with everyone else.
Yeah, any questions, Rodrigo, that you receive, and this is to everyone, please, we don't just have to wait till next week. We want to hear them. We want to find solutions for them, and we will always work as a team together and support our community in the best way that we can.
Ok, so that's it. Bom, gente, então mais uma vez o Alex falou sobre a questão do crédito de carbono em si, do LCD em si, do quanto ele vale, não do preço que foi colocado nele. De novo, ele convida todo mundo a fazer pesquisas de mercado e vejam exatamente em que ponto, né, o que todo mundo está recebendo, né, ao receber as recompensas de LCD. Mas então, na semana que vem, a doutora Sara, antes de sair, ela colocou para a gente poder fazer a nossa reunião mais cedo, tá? Para que a gente possa, para que não seja tão tarde para eles lá. E a doutora Sara pediu para a gente fazer então mais cedo. Eu falei com o Alex agora também, para a gente ver qual o melhor horário na semana que vem, mais cedo, para que não seja tão tarde para eles, porque a gente não avance, que lá já passou da meia-noite, já é 1h da manhã, para que a gente tenha mais tempo, né, de conversa. E ele terminou também dizendo que vai trabalhar, então, na questão de colocar um novo pool de liquidez no ar para aquelas pessoas que precisam, então, fazer a venda dos seus LCDs antecipadamente e não querem esperar até setembro. Tá? Então, a gente vai discutir isso com eles também, para que na semana que vem a gente tenha, então, uma solução com relação a isso. Entonces, amigos, lo que terminamos aquí ahora fue lo que dijo Alex, que más una vez invita a todos a que hagan una búsqueda en la internet y vean cuánto vale un crédito de carbono, porque lo que nosotros estamos generando con los LCDs es mucho más que $1 por LCD, es realmente un crédito de carbono y eso vale mucho en el mercado. Entonces no es solamente pensar de que tú tienes un UST para que LCD, tienes que pensar que lo que estás recibiendo es realmente un activo real de mercado y que vale lo que vale un crédito de carbono cada vez más en el mundo. Pero también se puso entonces disponible y van a discutir ahora cómo van a poner un nuevo pool de liquidez para que todos puedan, para los que necesiten, puedan vender sus LCDs antes que se saque la plataforma en diciembre. Bueno, a discutir eso y también estamos diciendo de hacer la llamada la próxima semana más temprano, porque ya se pasó la medianoche, son casi 1h de la mañana ya en Abu Dhabi y la doctora Sara ya salió, para que tengamos más tiempo también para discutir y hablar sobre todo lo que tiene que ser hablar. Entonces vamos a saber cuál va a ser el horario, va a ser más temprano la próxima semana, exactamente para eso, y yo dije a Alex también que voy a hablar con él durante la semana para que ya tengamos entonces la solución del nuevo pool de liquidez, para que quien necesite vender su LCD pueda hacerlo antes que se salga la plataforma en la próxima semana. Y dijo entonces que sí, que fue muy bueno oír todas las reclamaciones, las ponderaciones de la comunidad. Es eso que ellos necesitan, exactamente saber en qué punto que todos están para que puedan entonces resolver los problemas que todo el mundo tiene en sus manos con sus LCDs. Entonces la próxima semana vamos a hacerlo más temprano y vamos a discutir entonces más seriamente de qué manera ese nuevo pool entonces se puede poner a funcionar. So Alex, let's keep it until the next week, until earlier. Just let us know what time works better for you and for Dr. Sarah. And let's discuss.
We're gonna do Rodrigo, and I'll have to climb off now because my my family's up now.
No, okay. Just to be sure to discuss
what I will say, please, if I may, and you please reiterate this, because I have a crying child. What I'll say is that we will do everything we can for the people that need to discuss internally about how we can create it pull. Although I'm not going to guarantee anything today, we've listened, we understand, and we would like obviously to respond as a company with honor and integrity. So I will come back to you probably privately and what we can do and make sure that everyone here is absolutely at no point in time in a situation by purchasing credits from us and being part of the community. So it's very, very well understood, and apologies, I do need to go, but God bless everybody. Thank you all for being a part of our community. It means a lot to us, and we've heard you. So we'll come back accordingly to create a solution to this for everybody that needs one.
Ok, thank you, Alex. So, o que ele falou, então, é que realmente vai ter que sair agora, porque a família já tá levantando lá, já é madrugada, mas que ele ouviu tudo, que ele gostou tudo, que eles vão, como companhia, arrumar uma solução para as pessoas que precisam vender seus LCDs antecipadamente. Ele vai me chamar no privado para discutir alguns pontos sobre isso, para que seja apresentado, então, já na próxima semana, essa solução. Bueno, lo que dijo ahora Alex es que, bueno, tiene que salir ahora porque ya son casi 1 de la mañana, ¿no? Y la familia está allá con él, pero qué bueno que escuchó todo, que entendió todo, que ahora sabe cuál es el dolor de la comunidad y que van a trabajar en todas las soluciones necesarias para que todo el mundo tenga los mejores resultados, o sea, las mejores intenciones. Me va a llamar en privado, va a hablar conmigo en privado para ya preparar algunas soluciones para la próxima semana, para ya presentar entonces una forma de que las personas que tengan que vender sus LCDs tengan entonces una forma de poder hacerlo antes que se tenga la plataforma funcionando. Entonces ya van a presentar una solución sobre eso entonces la próxima semana. Y si alguien tiene alguna otra pregunta, hacerlo, puede enviarlo a mí, que yo lo paso directamente a ellos para que puedan entonces responder antes de la próxima reunión, pero van a trabajar entonces en una solución para que las personas puedan vender entonces anticipadamente sus LCDs antes que se tenga la plataforma funcionando, y vamos a discutir eso entonces la próxima semana de cómo eso se puede poner a funcionar. Algunas personas preguntaron aquí que no pueden hacer el claim, y bueno, ya habían explicado que el claim solamente iba a estar disponible en la nueva plataforma porque todo iba a estar funcionando en un sitio. Entonces ese es otro asunto que hay que discutir, porque si van a poner un pool de liquidez anticipado para eso, tienen que ver cómo pueden poner el claim nuevamente para funcionar, porque el claim está programado para funcionar dentro de la plataforma. Entonces eso es algo también que hay que entonces que ver, ya que todo el mundo quiere que tengamos lógicamente un pool de liquidez anticipado antes, para que no esperar solamente hasta septiembre, ¿no? Entonces eso también es una cosa que vamos a discutir con ellos durante esta semana. Y como dijo, entonces, escuchó todo, están contentos con todo lo que escucharon, entienden todo lo que pone la comunidad y van a trabajar en soluciones para que todo el mundo se quede feliz y tenga entonces sus recompensas y todo más validado sin problema. Ok? Bom, o que o Alex disse, eu já falei isso em português, agora me perdi. Já, né? Então já estou ficando doido.
Muchas gracias a todos. Gracias, Rodrigo.
Okay.
Esta tarde aquí. Entonces, gracias a todos. Hablamos en en una semana. Si no, un poco antes con Rodrigo, ¿vale? Si tienes preguntas, vamos a
just call me when you can. We can discuss all this point, okay?
Vale, muy bien. Muchas gracias a todos.
Gracias.
Buenas noches.
Good night,
por mi noche. Vale, gracias. Chao.